Morning. Welcome to an extra special edition of Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We've had the opportunity to spend the morning with Blue Blazers, the investment club out of Westminster College, all the way from Fulton, Missouri. Joining me live at MarketSite is Brooke Ayers. He's with Wells Fargo Advisors, and Ed Mirielli with Westminster College. Thank you very much for joining us at MarketSite. Brock, tell us about the Blue Blazer Investment Club and how it was started.
We started in 1996. It was based on, as an undergraduate, we had a club, but we dissolved at the end of our senior year. We realized we were early owners of Microsoft and some things that did very well, but that club structure wouldn't work. So we went to the board of trustees, and they seated us with $200,000, which the group manages a life portfolio. And here we are 21 years later, and they're worth about $680, and they have a lot of autonomy, and I serve as the mentor just to kind of keep the guardrails up.
I need them managing my money. That's not a bad return, now is it?
They've averaged about 8.8% annualized since the beginning.
All right, well, that's a realistic goal, right? 8% a year, that's not
all equities. No funds and no fixed income right now. We may expand the horizons, but it originally was designed that they had to buy individual equities.
All right. And tell us a little bit more about the programs in Westminster itself.
Yeah, Westminster College, great small liberal arts institution right there in the central Missouri. Fulton offers a variety of personalized academic experiences, particularly getting to know your faculty, your teachers on a one-to-one basis, small class sizes. And this is part of the real nice benefit is going on trips like this, getting to know students and people that you don't know. So it becomes a real unique opportunity.
Yeah, I was really impressed by how engaged everyone in the investment club was this morning with myself and my other NASDAQ colleagues, asking all the right questions. What can we do in terms of branding ourselves? What are your thoughts on the market, whether it's current or forward-looking? I was really impressed with the level of questions and interactivity. So I think whatever happening at the investment club, it's certainly right. But I want to follow up with you, Brock. What inspired you to mentor this program?
I grew up with a father who was in the business. I bought my first stock when I was 8 years old. And so I'd always been kind of a fan of the markets, but I spent 20 years in the Army and entered the business, kind of changed careers after that career was over. And I had the advantage of having a great mentor, and I knew how important it was. I think the theme throughout this, in the visit, the trip to New York, and managing the group, is the importance of interpersonal relationships. As the world becomes more electronic and more interconnected, we see, especially in this emerging generation, still a need for those interpersonal interactions. And it was an opportunity to kind of bring all those things together.
Right. Well, there's nothing like a handshake and meeting someone face to face. And like I said, I was really impressed by the level of questions and interactivity. So it says a lot about the school as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on relationships between the students themselves, the faculty, but also with alums, board members, and so on and so forth that makes this trip possible. Brock and I worked together very well in planning and executing pretty complex 5 days in New York with somewhere anytime between 17 and 30 students to wrangle through rush hour subways.
It's like herding cats.
It is.
Yeah, so that's part of the fun, is we really bridge a lot of the difficulties large, complex organizations have by the relationships that we build and working together very well.
All right, well, we're honored to have been part of that schedule and hosting you guys for the opening bell this morning. Thank you very much. Look forward to having you back next year, hopefully.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you everyone for joining me this morning. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.